Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm bringing you something completely different from all my other content, because I have now been asked several times what those funny little symbols are that I'm using for my units, and if I could maybe, revert to the standard symbols or at least explain what they mean. I thought to myself, you know what, yes, this is actually a good idea because not everybody understands the NATO symbology, and it is fairly hard to already keep track of what is happening. And if you don't even know the symbols, it's just horrible. So I'm gonna do a quick video explaining how the NATO symbology works in this game. There was a lengthy Reddit post not that long ago by a guy that showed that the NATO symbology in this game is just straight up wrong in most cases, but the basics are correct and it still conveys the important information. And well, to start off with, the reason why I use them, to me, it just seems more fitting to this type of game. So there is no objective reason to use it, as far as I know. It doesn't give you any advantage. I haven't used the standard symbols in a long time, so I don't even know if the NATO symbols might give you a disadvantage even, because they're not quite clear in some cases of differentiating different unit types. But yeah, for me, I just think it fits the atmosphere of the game better to use the more official, let's say, NATO symbology. And if you hear the cat in the background, he's going a bit crazy because my girlfriend is in the shower and he's not happy with that. He wants his mama to be around all the time. So sorry for that. He also won't shut up. He will not shut up until she's out of the shower and cuddling with him. Yeah, but anyway, let's go back to the topic at hand, NATO symbology. And let's start with just the basics. We have infantry here, denominated by the X. So anything with an X in it has something to do with infantry. So just an X is simply an infantry squad. Then if we look at recon, we have the line that goes from the left bottom corner to the right upper corner. And you can also see this is like across all recon types, so it doesn't matter whether it's infantry recon or helicopter recon, whatever. Which is, by the way, I'm pretty sure this is like the most wrong it can be. I'm not 100% sure. But as I said, this is just for what it is like in the game. Not going to talk about whether this is actually realistic or not. Then we have tanks. So the tank is this little sausage here in the middle, which you can imagine this kind of denominates or is supposed to show the track of a tank. There, like if we go back to World War II, there would have been differences between like light, heavy, medium tanks. There aren't any differences in WARNO, as far as I can remember, between the different tank types, tank weight types, I guess. So it's just this symbol here. Then we have support assets with supply. You can see it has a line at the bottom, and command has a line at the top. Horizontal line, that is. And again, for supply, you can see it's the same for, it doesn't matter what supply it is. So big supply, small supply has the line at the bottom. AA, where is it? Here is it. It's the semicircle. So if it's only the semicircle, it is a gun of any kind. And if it has this little, I would call it a phallic symbol in the middle, this is supposed to be a missile AA system. And again, here you can see the problem, like, and Igla and the Coop have the same symbol, even though obviously both those things have a very different role in the air defense overall role they are under. So yeah, this is a bit problematic and also not realistic, but good enough. to just see, okay, it has this little symbol in the middle under the semicircle, so it is some sort of missile AA system. Artillery, left-hand side here, the mortar, you can see just this arrow pointing upwards. Howitzer has the big dot in the center. This again, one of the things that is wrong because this is a SPG. So actually this should have the tank symbol with the dot in the middle. But we will come to recombination auto symbols later. So in the game, dot in the center means howitzer. And then the rocket artillery is the dot further below, and then those two little roofs above it, looking a bit like a rocket being fired somewhere. So yeah, rocket artillery. Let's look on helicopters is the next thing. It's the kind of two triangles looking towards the center. So kind of representing rotating helicopter blades, rotor blades. I think it's a pretty cool symbol. Shows what a helicopter is pretty well in a very simple way. And then last but not least, we have planes, which is the standard symbol for the plane is just this little, it looks like eyes or wings, fixed wings, because lol, it's a plane and not a helicopter, so the wings aren't rotating. And yeah, that should be it for most of the basics. But now, as I have already said, you can recombine all those things together. And this is one of the big advantages that I see even in the worked way Eugen implemented the NATO symbols. So for example here, what is this? Motostrelki Commander has the infantry symbol with the line above, meaning command unit, command infantry unit. I actually forgot some of the basics, sorry. We still also have armored transports with the BTR here, for example. So this is an empty triangle pointing towards the center. And then we have the weapon team here with the kind of like the mortar, the arrow pointing upward, but in this case there's not a little circle at the bottom, but two small horizontal lines in the center. And again, you can see it doesn't differentiate between a machine gun and a grenade thrower, which is a bit meh. And then we have the ATGM team here as well, which is the empty triangle pointing upwards, kind of looking like an arrow flying towards you. There we, by the way, also have the next inconsistency. If you look, for example, at ATGM vehicles, they again have this little missile symbol in the middle. So you might think, okay, if it's just a triangle, it should be an AT gun because it doesn't have the missile indicator that we have in the AA. But no, this just indicates that this is some sort of vehicle ATGM, which then again isn't clear because the Rapira, which is not a vehicle, also has the same symbol as a Sturm or a BRDM-2 Konkurs. So this is a bit, confusing. But as a rule of thumb, if it's the normal ATGM symbol, it is an ATGM team that can be put into a building. The Rapira can't. And also, this might be, historical reasons, because back in the day, like a long time ago, those were considered like a vehicle class, meaning they could be targeted by ATGMs and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a bit stupid. Now actually going towards the recombination. So yeah, as I said already, command unit, infantry command has an infantry symbol, command line above. Same with the helicopter command, helicopter symbol, command line above, tank, also the same. Tank symbol, command line above. Makes sense, right? Then, for example, if we recombine the infantry symbol and the tank symbol, we get an IFV. We have the BMP2 here, and this would be also correct for all the other IFVs. So, because it's some sort of tank-like vehicle that has to do with infantry, it's an IFV. The trucks that just transport infantry and have nothing else for them have just a little wheel symbol in the center. For recon, we have the same. So, for example, recon BMP has only the one line going across, and get the same for everything else. Recon helicopter is the helicopter symbol with a line going across. BRDM2, weirdly enough, also has a symbol, even though it's obviously not a tracked vehicle. So then again, there again, Eugen's inconsistency, but it's good enough. We have, what else do we have? Yeah, for example, with the planes, you can see SU-27 is considered an AA plane, so it has the anti-air denominator of the half circle as well. SU-25AT with HEGM or AT symbol. SU-23 HE bomber and the LGB bomber have the big dot in the center, which basically is used as to show you this does a big boom of some sort. Same with, by the way, the Saperi infantry squad. For some reason, SPG-9 also has the same. Don't really understand why that is, but it is what it is. But yeah, for the Saperi, you can see infantry symbol with a dot in the middle. And yeah, helicopters also the same. Though they're again a bit of a weird choice to not have the AA symbol for the Mi-24 VAA. Don't really know why. It has this little rocket symbol that the Mi-24 rocket also has. And then the Mi-24 PAT has the AT symbology, which also is a bit weird because both have the same amount of cocons, which are bugged at the moment, by the way. Hope this will get fixed soon, but at the moment they have a way too high dispersion. So if you have used some Mi-24s and your cocons didn't hit, it's not your fault, and you're not schizo, they are literally bugged and they will fly 170 meters off target. So I think this is it. I have made a little summary in Paint, so you can take a look at it. And I don't know, maybe screenshot it, or I think I will upload the image. Can I upload the image somewhere and put a link to it? I don't know. Well, anyway, I hope this helped you understand this little bit of a convoluted system where things aren't exactly making sense all the time, but I still prefer it because it just looks cool and it still gives me most of the information I need to know. And yeah, if you have other questions, you can post them in the comments all the time, and maybe I will do a video on them, on those questions as well. And yeah, next video will most likely be just a normal gameplay video again. Hope to see you then. Until then, have a great day and bye bye.